What's up, everybody? Welcome. Random Wrestling Talk, episode number 46. We are going to continue our discussion from last week about good old Vinnie Mac getting involved in the promotion once again. And he is now running he is now back in control of WWE mostly. I just saw something from Matt 87 Eagle. Bro, all you fucking ever do when you say something to me is talk about somebody passing away. That is really starting to fucking piss me off. Let me just go over what Matt 87 Eagle had to say. I just got some sad news to bring up. TK announced that Jay Briscoe has unfortunately passed away. What the fuck? How does he just randomly pass away? This is fucking crazy. All right, let me go ahead and look this up. I will go ahead and read what you sent me, Rachel Buck. Just chill out. Relax. I just got some really insane news that I had no idea about until good old Matt 87 Eagle, head of wrestlers from Ring of Honor. My in all right. I don't know what's going on. I mean, my roommate was just going ahead and watching something on YouTube, and all of a sudden while I was doing this live stream, his thing went out, and I'm having problems on my cell phone being able to do things. So hold on a second. So he passes away at the age of 38 years old. This story broke out just a few minutes ago, just before I went on air. What the fuck? All right. Alrighty, so he passes away and he passed away several hours ago, and what we have heard was a car accident, although obviously details are very, very preliminary as of this writing. Holy shit. Wow. This is bad. Holy shit. Hopefully there was no foul play involved, like him being overdosed on drugs or anything like that. But at the end of the day, that is comments here. Vincent Mann sued to block him from regaining WWE control. There could expect more lawsuits by this week and next week. This is just the beginning. Rachel Buck continues saying, another confirmation by my source, both wrestling company that WWE was in contact. the last couple of months to have wrestlers appear at the Rumble and open the forbidden door once again, have both been. And in Rumble will be the roller coaster of emotions. She continues to say that just received confirmation the storyline between Roman and Sami Zayn has been set. It will begin immediately after Roman Reigns is stripped from Elimination Chamber. What the? Where are you getting your sources, Rachel Buck? What the fuck? Okay. As my source said, this could change, but it is small change. It changes. Rachel Buck then says Roman Reigns will be stripped of the WWE title after the Royal Rumble. According to my source, the decision has been made not that long ago. The decision came down because USA Network pressuring WWE to have the main champion at Raw. This will lead to Roman versus Sami Zayn storyline. What do you mean this is gonna like? How's that gonna lead to them facing each other? What is gonna be over the Universal Championship? I don't get this. Rachel Buck then continues to say, we have heard from multiple sources the following names for the Royal Rumble. Add in the New Japan Wrestling guys are on appearance deals not signed to WWE due to still be under contract. Rachel Buck then says that Wade Barrett, Mickey James, Matt Cardona as Matt Ryder, um, Chelsea Green, Corey Graves, Hikaru Tematoga, one of the is now the never open weight champion from the Wrestle Kingdom pay-per-view. On appearance, not signed, Tenga Loa, same deal. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Nick Aldis, Billy Kay, Booker T, Lita, and Trish Stratus. If these people show up, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. No way. Um I seriously doubt we're gonna see half of the people you just mentioned in in your comments. Really, that's insane. Roman Matt 87 Eagle comment saying Roman is not losing those titles until WrestleMania. Well, who's to say, Matt, that they can't strip him of the title? You know, this guy, Adam Pearce, has been looking to go ahead and get rid of the tag team titles off of the Usos by having them in individual tag team title matches for both of those belts. So who's to say that because Roman refuses to show up on Raw, that they don't have him be stripped of the WWE Championship to lead this to a Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins match for the WWE Championship? I'm not saying that is a good idea to book at all, because that would be an absolute waste of everybody's fucking time. I think the end game to all this is Cody versus Roman Reigns for both titles, and then Cody just drops the Universal Championship saying, look, I am a Raw guy. I don't belong on SmackDown. I am respectful to the split brands, and I'm just concerned with being a WWE champion. It was great winning both titles. SmackDown deserves to have a world champion. I'm not selfish like Roman Reigns. And here goes SmackDown. You can have the Universal title and do what you want with it. And Adam Pearce can develop a tournament, which Alyssa Stansberry actually pointed out a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. She mentioned this, saying that we should have the Universal Championship dropped by Cody Rhodes to be vacated and have him only a WWE champion, while the Universal title is up for grabs for anyone on SmackDown to be in a tournament over it. That would be probably the best idea for them to go with. I agree with you, Matt. I think that would be the smart decision, is not have him lose the WWE Championship at all, because at the end of the day, what do they have to book for the WWE Championship if it's vacated? There is no point of vacating the title because there's no real good matchup that you can book for Cody Rhodes' matchup at WrestleMania for him to have that real legitimate main event type of feel for a WrestleMania match. So, me personally, I'm in agreement with you. I don't believe that we should see Roman Reigns even be stripped of any of those titles because of the fact there's no end game for Cody Rhodes. I mean, truthfully, there should be only one title defense, and there's an easier way to do this without making it more complicated than it needs to be. So I've reached to the point where the Cody Seth Rollins winning the Royal Rumble match itself together from a 1994 reenactment from Lex Luger and Bret Hart is not necessary at this point because Alyssa Stansberry really directed a great idea in setting up where Cody just wins both titles and then vacate the Universal Championship at the end of the day. She made a very valid point 2 weeks ago, and I really appreciate that. And it was very smart. I did not hear from any major person I follow on YouTube that mentioned anything like that. They're trying to come up with all kinds of ideas of what they can do to make the fucking whatchamacallit, make it more complicated, try to separate the titles before WrestleMania. You don't have to do that. You can do it after WrestleMania. It's not even necessary. Rachel Buck says, "Do you think Vince what do you think of Vince getting sued by Detroit because Detroit has a lot of people than Vince has in his whole business? What do you think about that?" I think Vince is going to get away with whatever the fuck he does. This guy seems to me at this point is untouchable. I will be shocked if anyone can take him down and remove him from office. This guy is terrorizing, and I mean destroying the inner workings of WWE. Just recently, over this past weekend, just to recap with you, and then I'll get straight to what I wanted to just say. Stephanie McMahon last Tuesday, before we came on the air, there was a report that she went ahead and resigned, supposedly resign. I'm going to say, well, like JD says, died. He he went ahead. She went ahead and quit her position with Vincent Mann because she didn't want to work with her father. Okay, then we have a report 3-4 hours later of a discussion that Saudi Arabia just bought out WWE, while only a few days before that, JP Morgan Chase is willing to work with WWE to do the buyout for the company. So those reports were false. It was all just um a rumor that people thought was a legit thing, and it wasn't. I even thought it was a possibility, but then again, it really was fucked up that it was just made up news. Joe Smith, the Don, says, "Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe." Sad news about Jay Briscoe. Absolutely, sir. He actually passed away. If you didn't know, he passed away from a car accident. They're not sure if it was just a regular car accident or he was intoxicated behind the wheel when he ended up in this car accident. I hope he wasn't drunk. I hope he wasn't on any drugs. That would be a terrible way to end your life over some fucking wasted out bullshit like that. It's not worth it. So, worst case scenario, best case scenario of him passing is that he wasn't intoxicated and it just was an unfortunate accident. It's still bad regardless, no matter which way you look at it, but it can get even worse knowing that he was possibly intoxicated on alcohol or drugs. That would suck. Rachel Buck says he has a lot of lawsuits coming. Like I said in that what I sent you, he has 3 lawsuits coming and one more lawsuit coming, so he will lose. He'll wait. He might win one, but the rest he will lose. I don't believe so. If it has anything to do with stockholders on this, they have no rights to vote against him. I have a report on this. This was reported 8 hours ago, a little longer than that, about 11 hours ago, earlier this afternoon. So I have a report where he is able to override all votes from shareholders, their right to vote on anything, since he is the majority shareholder of the company. And I do believe that the Detroit Fire Department are invested in the WWE stockholders. And if they are, they have no way of winning this because he's the owner of the company. It don't fucking matter. This guy is fucking untouchable, and he's from fucking hell. This guy is a low-life scumbag. I cannot stand him one single bit. I think he is the bottom of the barrel, the biggest piece of shit I have ever met in my life. But personally, I don't know, man. I honestly think that this is such a load of bullshit that this guy is managing to get away with murder on a nonstop basis. Um, I don't believe anybody's going to take him down. I really don't. I think that this guy is going to rule over this company till the day he dies, and unless somebody does something really drastic, like actually kill him, which I don't want to see that happen. I'd rather see him, mature. That's asking a lot for a guy who's 77 plus years old to actually mature at his age at this point. I mean, you'd think he would, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I can't stand his sorry fucking ass, man. I really can't. But it's not here nor there. Leading up to that, during that same week, we had a couple of things happen. One, we had a talent relations meeting. There was a discussion on SmackDown and on Raw, same rhetoric that was mentioned. I got a report on that. I'll be able to read that to you guys from nodq.com. I also have a report that a person that worked in the media portion of WWE, who's worked there since 1997, decided to get up and leave the company at this point. He no longer wants to go ahead and work for this company after 25 plus fucking years of service. This is insane. I wonder why. Maybe because it has a lot to do with Vince McMahon coming back and he doesn't want anything to do with this drama-filled bullshit. Appreciate the like there. I think it was Matthew Consuelo. If it was you, my friend, thank you very much. Matthew Consuelo, hey, man, I appreciate it. And yes, rest in peace to Jay Briscoe, man. That was fucking unfortunate here from Matt 87 Eagle about him passing away from a car accident. Motherfucker. Damn, that sucks. Rachel Buck continues saying, and what I meant is what goes around comes around, and he will get what he gets. That he is back, and he wanted back in before he was actually in. I was mentioning this. It is very terrible. Very fucking terrible. This guy is actually going ahead and managing to bully his way back into the company. I mean, he managed to take his shareholder rights and basically say, hey, if you don't want me in, then I can't approve anything media related to help this company be utilized on television. Why would anyone do something like that unless they're an egomaniacal fucking psychopath? Which Vince McMahon is anyway. So there you go. Anyway, Rachel Buck continues on saying, and I predicted a long time ago that John Morrison was going to be on SmackDown, and guess what happened? He was on SmackDown, and my prediction came true. So, okay, great. You were right about a wrestler being on the brand you predicted him to be on. I wonder why he was on that brand. Real simple, because of the fact that The Miz was there. Makes sense to me, but whatever. And then Rachel says, and so some of my predictions don't come true, but this one I know deep within my heart, my soul, everything WWE is going to be just fine with Triple H and the Beaver, Kevin Dunn, and Joseph Kahn. You mean Nick Khan, man. Nick Khan, man. Matt 87 Eagle says, true words have never been spoken. What do you mean by that? Please elaborate on that comment, Matt. I'm a little lost. There's been a lot of comments being made here. Very interactive here in the chat tonight. I appreciate that, guys. Matthew Quincelo says, I feel that Triple H is going to get removed by Vince McMahon. Yeah, Vince McMahon continues to stay in power. That eventually will happen, and say goodbye to good old Triple H and anything that's noteworthy on these two shows, even worth watching. Cat Inkpen says it's only a matter of time before he takes creative too. Yeah, I mean, if you're got a brain in your head, you already know that. Your opinion on Vinnie Mac? Yes, he is an egomaniacal psychopath, Matt 87 Eagle. He's a downright psycho who will do anything and everything to say, I'm in power, I'm in control, I will do whatever it takes, even if it means destroying what I have built. Why would you do something like that? Unless you're a suicidal fucking maniac who wants to take all your hard work and throw it in the garbage. I wish he would just throw himself in front of a bus and get it over with, because that's all he's doing with his own promotion, is throwing it under the bus and allowing it to get run over by a fucking 18-wheeler truck. Fucking moron. Rachel Buck says, then if Triple H leaves, he's going to start his own business, his own company, and have his father-in-law run his own company to the ground. That's what I see. No, Triple H is going to have nothing to do with running another promotion on his own. The man has enough health problems to kill a fucking horse with his heart. He cannot deal with all the stressful situations that take place in this company. I think eventually he will leave on his own. I don't even think Triple H will be shoved out. Triple H will just get so fed up of being aggravated, he will just go ahead, throw up his arms, and say, Vince, I'm done. I can't fucking take this shit. Do what you want with this shithole. I'm done. I'm going to go be with my wife, get laid, and enjoy my kids. And you can go fuck yourself. Bye. And he'll just send in his resignation as well. I don't think Triple H will be with this company much longer. I don't think Triple H is going to be fired by Vince McMahon. I think Triple H is just on his own going to walk away like his wife did. He's going to get fed up of doing this nonsensical bullshit. He's going to get tired of the aggravation, the drama, and the BS that goes to working within this company. You don't even have to work within this company to see the outrageous drama that is taking place within the walls of WWE. It is outrageously insane how this is all taking place. The company was thriving. It was doing a little bit better. The show on Raw was getting a little bit better. SmackDown was a really good show. If you took Raw down a whole hour to a 2-hour show instead of a 3, it probably would have been the same equivalent level of quality as SmackDown was or is, and you would have enjoyed both shows, and you wouldn't have had to spend so many fucking hours watching it per week. But unfortunately, WWE has to have Raw for 3 hours, just like uh, you know, WCW had to have Nitro for 3 fucking hours until they were falling apart and money was, you know, disappearing from the company beyond belief. And that's when they decided it was time to go back to 2 hours. And even then, that wasn't even saving the company. Matthew Consuelo says Stephanie McMahon and Triple H starting their own wrestling company. Just saying if it happens. Is that a question or a comment? If it's a question, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think at their age they're going to want to take on the responsibility and the legwork and the financial portion of that to open up their own business so they can compete with their father slash father-in-law and all that. Just saying. I don't think it's going to happen. I highly doubt it. I think they're going to retire, walk away from all this nonsensical bullshit, and be done with it. I don't think they're going to open up their own promotion. There's been people telling JD from New York 206 the same exact thing, and I totally agree with him. I don't believe that shit is going to happen whatsoever. Um, Rachel Buck says, then what if this is a big year, but what if all the wrestlers leave WWE and go to AEW and be with the AEW to make him jealous? No. That would maybe. I think a lot of wrestlers will leave WWE and go somewhere else, or they will just find another another line of work. Definitely go into acting. Roman Reigns will have no problem going into acting. I believe that's what he's going to do after WrestleMania 39. So that's the way I see it. But them leaving right now, no, they're gonna stay with WWE until something dramatical happens, like Saudi Arabia buys out WWE. That happens, the talent's gonna walk. There's a lot of talent that don't want anything to do with Saudi Arabia at all. I mean, unless they can buy them out with a chunk load of change, but that would just show one thing, that the WWE talent are just a bunch of fucking sellouts. Matthew Quinsuelo also said Cody Rhodes needs to beat Roman Reigns. Yes, that's an obvious. We've been saying that here on this channel over and over again, verbatim for months. Rachel Buck says, so what you try to say is there's going to probably not a lot of wrestlers left, maybe 500. I don't know, maybe that much, but not a lot of wrestlers are going to be there because of the ratings. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Matthew Consuelo says it's either going to be NBC or Comcast or Disney. Oh, I got a story for you, Matthew Consuelo. I haven't even gotten to the stories, which I'm going to do right now. So you guys go ahead, leave your comments in the chat. I'll go ahead and come back to that. I have quite a few reports I want to go over, uh, and then I'll come back to all your comments. So if you guys want to leave comments in the chat while I do that, by all means, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and read those comments and respond to them as well if there's any questions you might have. Anyway. Anyway, guys. Let's go ahead and go into the reports. I had my girlfriend trying to text me on here, distract me. It's not working, by the way. Anyway, let's go into what Disney and Comcast are saying about, since Matthew Consuelo said that about Comcast and Disney Plus or NBC possibly buying them out. So I'm going to go over that real quick because this is actually a very interesting story. This might make you guys really happy, but also say to yourself, probably Vince McMahon will not sell to these two uh, businesses that want to buy him out. All right. So, what Disney and Comcast contacts reportedly said in regards to Vince McMahon. It was previously reported that WWE president Nick Khan met with Bob Eager and Jimmy Patero while in their condition, and said that it would be hard to believe that any major company would want to retain Vince McMahon's services in any capacity if they could help it. See that? You see that, folks? Did you hear what I just anything within this promotion if they buy him out? That's a huge, huge plus. But that's also a huge. He's trying to do what Dana White did with UFC. Dana White sold UFC to Endeavor for $4 billion, and they love Dana White. They have no problem with him doing what he's been doing all this time, and they want him. But fortunate enough, they did not. Keep saying your connection is All right. Anyway, guys, this was really surprising to read when I came across it. And at the end of the day, this is going to be a huge issue as well. I don't think that Vince McMahon is going to sell to any of these promotions unless he has the ability to be able to have power creatively and do what he wants to do. And he's not going to do that at all. Uh, um, Matthew Consuelo also stated the pay-per-views under Triple H have been great. Yeah, they have been interesting. I give him credit. They have been very good. But the week-to-week shows still, man, have been shit. Outside of SmackDown, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm going to. Okay, here we go. Vince McMahon repeals off this fucking internet's going in and out for us. I can tell by just the way everything is working. All my show. I mean, they're not great at building storylines, I will admit that, but they do give you at least good wrestling content to enjoy. And I've really reached a point where how many different combinations or ideas can we come up with that makes the wrestling very entertaining to watch? There's not much. So, I mean, storylines today is just really worn out. All right. So, in a new SEC filing Tuesday, WWE Executive Chairman Vince McMahon repealed some of the bylaw amendments he made upon his return earlier this month, including a notable one regarding shareholder voting rights, basically allowing him to override all voting rights to all shareholders. While that while that development may negate a class action lawsuit filed earlier last week, a new potential class action lawsuit filed last week by the Detroit Police and Fire Retirement System is targeting McMahon as well. On Thursday, January 5th, and using his power as controlling stockholder, McMahon both executed and delivered a written consent that included his election and that of George Barrows and Michelle Wilson back to the board. That also included amendments to the company bylaws that Mr. McMahon indicated were intended to ensure that the company's corporate governance continue to properly enable and support stockholder rights. McMahon then returned officially to the board on Friday, January 6th, and was elected back on his chair position on Monday, January 9th. Then according to the Tuesday filing, because there is substantial alignment concerning the decision to conduct a review of just strategic alternatives and amid the company's upcoming media rights cycle and enable and support stockholder rights. And he executed and delivered another written consent on Monday to substantially repeal the amendments made on the 5th. So this guy is company. Now, going back to the Detroit Police and Fire Retirement System, petitioned the Delaware Court of Chancery to have their own similar class lawsuit against McMahon recognized. The suit is claiming he acted wrongfully in trying to impose his personal will on WWE and its board of directors by purporting to adopt a package of invalid and inequitable bylaw amendments that would hamstring the board from making critical business decisions. The retirement system also claims McMahon enjoys too much voting power due to his Class B shares, 10 votes per share, versus Class A shares, 1 vote per share. Despite him owning 39% of the company's equity, he controls 81% of the voting power. So again, he's overriding everybody. His vote counts more than everyone else since he's 81% stockholder. They claim McMahon violates Section 141 of the Delaware General Corporation Law and the company charter. Alternating Okay, let me continue here. Last week, a stockholder filed a class lawsuit against McMahon for the changes that he made to the bylaws. It's unknown if the repeal of those changes will make both of the above mute. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Matthew Consuelo says that the Buccaneers lost to the Cowboys. Tom Brady, please retire. I absolutely agree with that comment. I really believe he should, but there's comments being made that he's possibly going to go to the Las Vegas Raiders. In which case, that's what I'm planning on going to later on this year, if I'm able to do so, which more than likely I will be able to. And I really hate to see that guy go to the same place I'm trying to go to. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. How is the stream coming in? I know there's only one person here. I think it's Matthew Consuelo. Is the stream coming in better? Oh, there's three people in. All right, cool. Is the stream coming in better than it was before? I noticed that my cell phone was able to load a lot quicker for the next report I want to talk about. Hey, Matt 87 Eagle, yo, how's the stream coming, Matt? Is it coming in good for you? Because then probably I'm gonna go back and watch this and see how terrible it came in, because I'm pretty sure it came in bad. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this fucking Spectrum modem shit. So whatever. Anyway, there's a report here. WWE rumors Triple H Stephanie McMahon wanted by potential buyers. So yes, guys, as continuing on, uh, we have also another report that potential buyers want Triple H and Stephanie McMahon to be used for the services of when WWE's bought out, not Vince McMahon himself. So reverting back to this, Vince McMahon's not going to do a buy unless he is in control of creative, and buy a new camera for streaming. Matt 87 Eagle has nothing to do with the camera. It has to do with the internet. It is currently acting fucked up. I apologize. I can get a better camera for a clearer picture, but I don't think you guys are here to see my face so much. I don't particularly care for that, but I know people out there really do care about presentation. I'm here to talk. That's what I'm here for. Cat Inkpen, I know. I still need a new camera. I get it. The camera has nothing to do with the quality of the stream right now. It has to do with the fucking internet. I understand it's fuzzy. It's not in the best of shape. And I need a new camera, and I eventually will get to that later on this year. But give me some fucking time, okay? Just chill out. I'm not making money off of this fucking channel. I'm here to talk about wrestling. That's what we're here to talk about. We're not here about presentation. We're not here about, oh, look at a good looking dude on the camera here. All right. We're here to just. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of the reports are going around that the potential buyers want Triple H and Stephanie McMahon to be the one to actually go ahead and do all the operations within WWE once the company is bought out. So there you go. Very good stuff there. Unfortunately, we probably won't see that happen more than likely. So anyway, let's go over the details of uh the fucking talent relations meeting that they had with the performers. See how that went. Pretty much what happened there, folks, is it was real simple. Triple H and Kevin Dunn, the Beaver, would I love to have and Triple H were whatever the case may be. You guys may not like what I'm about to say about Triple H. Okay? I think but when it whatever is best for the business, in the sense if that means he has to lie, he's going to lie to his talent, to whoever he wants to reassure them that everything is a-okay so that they don't panic and they don't run. But Alyssa Stansberry says a lot of idiots have said that Cody Rhodes doesn't deserve a Royal Rumble win and wants The Rock to win the Royal Rumble. People are out of touch. Well, Alyssa Stansberry, whoever you may have been hearing that from, please stay the fuck away from them. They're fucking idiots, like you said. They're a waste of your fucking time, okay? that is the most outrageous thing I ever heard. Fucking uh The Rock being the one that should win the Royal Rumble? Who the fuck? These people must be smoking crack. Damn. Anyway, yeah. That is insane. But anyhow, I'm trying to pull this up and now my fucking device won't load. I don't get this shit. Acting like it's on dial up. The fuck? All right. Details on Triple H's talent meeting ahead of WWE SmackDown revealed. All right, so basically what they were telling their audience, their talent, saying, "Don't worry guys, everything is going to remain the same." Basically damage control, no pun intended. Nobody wants The Rock anywhere near the Royal Rumble, Matt 87 Eagle says. Absolutely agree on that comment. Here's the reality here. Triple H has done this in the past where he's tried to reassure talent to resign. I'll give you a prime example. The Good Brothers. The Good Brothers, formerly a part with the Bullet Club. They're best friends with AJ Styles and Finn Balor. They were looking to leave the company around the time that AEW is starting to be formed. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, and Kenny Omega. Actually, it was Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody Rhodes. All four of them wanted the Good Brothers involved in the AEW promotion. They were going to utilize them in a very big way to debut them on the show. And they were going to make them like the ultimate bad guy. They told them they were considering it more than likely going to join and come to AEW, but their viewpoint, their decision was swayed by Triple H. This is how he did it. He went up to them. I read this report. He went up to them and he talked to them and he said, "Look, I have a contract here worth a lot of money, an upgrade to what you were being paid before. We know you're frustrated creatively. We're going to go ahead. We're going to give you a championship run as tag team champions. We're going to go ahead and put you in more meaningful storylines and so on and so forth." They think about it, they talk it over with Triple H. Triple H is very convincing and, doing everything he can to convince the Good Brothers to stay with WWE. Eventually, at the end of the day, that is exactly what happens. They stay with they stay with WWE, they re-sign, and they stay with the company. They get a tag team championship run that was un not even memorable. I don't remember when they won the fucking tag team titles after they re-signed. And I think like 2 years later, they ended up getting released from the company during the pandemic. They had nowhere else to go. They went to Impact Wrestling, they went to New Japan Wrestling as well. And that's what they did for the remainder of their time. They were uninvited. They did not want the AEW wanted nothing to do with them. They felt very betrayed by the Good Brothers for doing that. And they just feel like that was an absolute slap in their face. They were willing to offer them a good contract and everything. And instead, they stayed with the known devil to the unknown angel. So they felt insulted and they have not offered them a contract since. Now they're back with WWE and they're in the same fucking boat once again. God knows what Vince McMahon might do next with the talent. They might start releasing them again and do these budget cuts so they can make even more money for all we know. I mean, Triple H has hired back a lot of people that Vince McMahon let go during the Vince McMahon administration. So if you think for a solitary second any of this talent is safe, their jobs are secure, you got another thing coming. They don't. They don't have anything secure. They're in deep shit. And they have a lot to worry about. So, at the end of the day, guys, it ain't safe to work in WWE. Anybody's expendable. Anybody can get released. Anybody can get fucked over. And that's just the reality of the whole fucking thing. And that's all there is to it. So that is pretty much what happened there. Just reassurance. But anyway, let me see here. Other reports. Oh yeah, there was actually a discussion of a possible merger with AEW and WWE. This possibility is it's a long shot actually. The chances of this actually happening is near to impossible. Oh yeah, I wanted to also discuss about something else. A shocking WWE office departure revealed. WWE Vice President of Communications Adam Hopkins is no longer with the company. I mentioned this earlier in the show. He was with them in 1997. So he's with the company for over 25 years, 26 years to be exact. It was September of 1997. So just a little over 25 years. And this is unbelievable. And this guy just recently did it last week, near the end of the week, right after Stephanie McMahon left. He left right along with her. That's crazy. That really is fucking crazy. So Vince McMahon is going to destroy WWE. That's the bottom line. And I think he's going to sell it to Saudi Arabia. I don't think there is any discussion because Vince McMahon will have absolute control of what he has built. He wants to sell, get a lot of money, and not go away and drive off into the sunset with billions of dollars. He wants to continue his reign of terror. He's worse than Triple H, Jeff Jarrett, or any other world champion that has ever had their reign of terror within a company. He is the worst. He's the worst heel that ever lived. He's the biggest prick that ever lived. And he's not a character. He's real life. And we're dealing with a real life heel character in front of us within a company that we all have adored and liked for a very long time, depending on how long you have watched wrestling. So this guy is the ultimate prick of all pricks. He's a fucking heel beyond any heel. He's better than MJF. He's better than Triple H. He's better than Jeff Jarrett in TNA. He is better than any fucking heel you can ever imagine on a TV screen. And the worst part is it's fucking real. It's not a facade. It's not a act. It's not a character he's trying to portray on television. It is who he is. And that is real fucking shit to be scared about or scared over. So anyway, let's go over that merger with AEW and then we'll close up shop. I know this stream did not work out very well. I was hoping it would. The internet was acting a little bit better before I got on here, and then it just turned into shit. So let's go over this merger real quick, and then we will close up shop. If there is any more comments mentioned, Alyssa Stansberry, yes, I am very aware Vince McMahon is being sued by quite a few people. So, yes. Last report, All Elite Wrestling, a professional wrestling league owned by the Khan family, are interested in merging the World Wrestling Entertainment, according to people familiar with the matter. The Khans, who also own the National Football League's Jacksonville Jaguars and the Premier League's soccer team that they have, could partner with a strategic media company to share the intellectual property while merging the wrestling leagues, said the people who asked not to be named because the discussions are private. AEW has a TV carriage rights agreement with the Warner Brothers Discovery's TNT and TBS. The idea that Vince McMahon, the controlling shareholder of WWE, would merge his company with a much smaller AEW is a long shot. AEW hasn't had talks with McMahon or Nick Khan. The company's chief executive said the people. Okay. McMahon may view selling to the Khans as a non-starter. Nick Khan is not related to the AEW Khans. Okay. Obviously, anybody that would think that they're related are a bunch of fucking idiots. The Khans are open to discussing a potential role for McMahon. 70, they're talking about having McMahon having some sort of fucking. Oh, could you imagine Tony Khan being the boss of Vince McMahon? Holy shit. Wow, would that be fucking scary? Damn. Whoa. That'd be a mind blower. Tony Khan being the boss of Vince McMahon. It would never happen. I think Vince McMahon would rather drown and go belly up before he sold that company just to get some profit off of it if he was failing miserably like WCW. I highly doubt he would even do that. I don't think he would do that at all. So it's unclear what type of job McMahon would want with WWE after the sale, but WWE is much larger and more established organization than AEW. McMahon, who was worth more than $3 billion as of July, is also known as the primary creative force behind WWE storylines. God help us all, their shit. Sports tycoon Shahid Khan, the father of Tony Khan, 72 years old, is ranked 292 on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index with a net worth of $7.56 billion. So he's got more money than Vince. He also owns auto parts manufacturer Flex and Gate. WWE, whose shares are up 30% so far this year, has a market capitalization of more than $6.6 billion on a $1.28 billion of revenue in the last 12 months. Hold on one second, Daniel. I'll answer that question. AEW President Tony Khan said in September the company was on path to generate more than $100 million in revenue in 2022. There's some precedent for rival wrestling leagues merging. WWE acquired WCW from Ted Turner Broadcasting in 2001. WWE said Thursday it hired Rain Group as its lead financial advisor and Kirkland Ellis as its legal advisor. WWE is exploring a sale of the company before renewing its TV rights, which expire in 2024. So we actually have 2 more years of this nonsensical bullshit, or at least 1 more year of this nonsensical bullshit of hoping that Vince McMahon sells the company and gets lost once and for all. Those rights discussions are set to begin later this year. A number of prospective buyers, including Comcast, Endeavor, and Netflix. Oh my God, Netflix would buy them out? The fuck? May be interested in acquiring WWE if Vince McMahon decides to move forward with the sale. He rejoined the company as executive chairman last week. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's the end of the report anyway. I'm not going to reiterate shit we already know. So, Daniel's asking, what did Vince do this time? What hasn't Vince done? This is the question. I mean, this guy is fucking nuts, Daniel. Vince has now went ahead and override all voting power from his shareholders since he has 81% share ownership of the company. This guy is trying to orchestrate a way of controlling everything he has done within the company before he was supposedly retiring, quote unquote. Then we had Triple H do a talent relations meeting discussing how damage control, no pun intended to the faction name, but he was trying to, dumb down the issues, the worries, and all the fears that they might have, which I used an example of what he did with the Good Brothers, trying to, you know, make them want to re-sign with WWE instead of going to AEW, which is what they fucking should have done in the first place. Willie Bowen says WWE's BS and garbage. Absolutely agree with you, man. I 100% agree with you. I do not even cover any reviews on this channel about WWE. I only talk about the news and I will review pay-per-views. I have not really gotten around to wanting to review a fucking WWE show since this report has come out about Vince McMahon. And even before that, I was starting to notice that the shows were still shit, at least on the Raw end of things, with Triple H running the shows. So I'm not impressed with even Triple H outside of what he's done with SmackDown. What he's done with SmackDown has been impressive. He's done some really good shows, and they've been very solid. But these Raw shows have been absolutely fucking garbage. 100% unadulterated garbage. Daniel says WWE is going to be dead as the crowds were before Vince returned. No shit. Matt 87 Eagle says you're going to watch Raw Triple X. Raw is Triple X. I guess they're going to start doing porno films in the middle of the ring for audience to applaud to and get all excited over. I have no idea. Willie Bowen asks, do you cover United Wrestling Network, NWA, and Impact Wrestling? Bro, I tried covering Impact Wrestling. I've tried watching it. The modern day stuff, I can't cover it, man. I get bored out of my mind watching this shit. I mean, it's not insulting to your intelligence, but Impact Wrestling is just not that big of a deal to me anymore. I tried reviewing it a couple of years back, and I just stopped doing it. NWA did that for a little while. Didn't really appeal anybody's attention. Nobody really watched it. I stopped covering NWA on this channel. I am going to cover New Japan Wrestling, though, with their big events. Their weekly televised show, which is only like 50 minutes to an hour. I may cover that on a week-to-week basis to fill in what I don't cover on Raw. So that might happen. Ring of Honor, once they get a TV deal or they start doing a weekly streaming of their telecast, I will start covering that on a week-to-week basis as well, Willie. So I will keep you informed. If you're not subscribed to the channel, by all means, go ahead and subscribe now. You'll be able to know one way or another. Could you cover All Japan Pro Wrestling? I have no idea of that promotion. I know of New Japan Wrestling, which I will cover on this channel. I already mentioned that. So I don't have a lot of time. I work 8 hours a day plus per day. And then I also have a life. And then I also try to cover stuff on this channel. Usually most of the time I definitely do this and I do AEW Dynamite. Um, Whenever there's a big event for New Japan Wrestling, I'm going to cover that. And I will try to figure out other content that I can include. I may do parodies of Vince McMahon and the WWE for shits and giggles because I know that you guys enjoy that shit. A lot of you have come back at me and said that shit was really good. Willie Bowen says that All Japan Pro Wrestling is the oldest pro wrestling in Japan. I had no idea, never heard of them. I may take a look at it, but there's no guarantee I'm going to cover it. I have no idea what the talent is or anything like that. Cat Inkpen says, "Oh my God, you have a life, fancy, right? Whatever you say, Cat Inkpen. Yes, I do have a life. Do you have a life? You have a streaming thing you do on Twitch, and you do it for a lot longer than I do. So I wonder who has a life." Anyway, just kidding around, Cat. Anyway, Daniel says, if Disney owned WWE, Stone Cold Mickey Mouse will be born. I did a parody on that about Mickey Mouse and how it would be great for WWE to be at Disney World and how Mickey would be happy about that. That was really a funny one. By the way, you guys just had some support and care for Cat Inkpen. I follow her on Twitch. If you guys are into any kind of gaming or whatnot, I like to be somewhat helpful to her. She's been helpful to me in some cases with this channel a lot. So let me go ahead and give you guys her username on Twitch if you already have Twitch as an account. Her spelling of her account is spelled LILLIREI. Uh, it's she goes by Lily on there. Use that name, not her real life name. She doesn't want to do that. For private reasons. Cat Inkpen says, "No, I don't have a life." Well, that's great to know, Cat. I'm glad to know that you don't have a life. I don't have a life. Nobody has a life. We're all interested in wrestling or interested in gaming. It's great. Willie Bowen says WWE is so crappy the announcers can't say the word wrestling. That's pathetic. I agree. That is 100% agreement right there, man. That is sad. Though I have heard them say wrestling since Triple H has come into creative. They've taken some of that stuff out with the whole you're not allowed to say wrestling. They are allowed to say wrestling now. I roll. Cat Inkpen says I roll, and then she says her actual name on what she uses on Twitch. I'm trying to help you out, Cat Inkpen. What the hell's your problem? Damn, they're not going to see the comment in the chat because I don't have a replay of the chat room. So I spelt it out. Anybody that's watching, write it down. If you didn't get all of it, rewind it back to that portion of the video and write it down. She's really good at what she does. She's very entertaining. She'll goof off with you if you comment in the chat. It's a lot of fun. I've done it with her a lot. And it's very enjoyable if you're interested in gaming. So definitely subscribe to her Twitch account and you'll have a blast. I promise you that. Willie Bowen says WWE is like the cruise ship Titanic headed for the iceberg. Oh, man. Bro. I think they've already hit the iceberg and they're just waiting for the inevitable sinking to occur. Cat Ink Pen says, I know, but watching you butcher it is funny. Um, okay. Well, I don't know how I butchered it. I spelled your fucking name on here. So, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got here today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, guys. Come on. I know I'm a little bit behind on content. I don't really provide you guys as much content as before, and I got to straighten that the fuck out as soon as possible. Unlike WWE, they need to get their shit together right now. Anyway, Daniel says Vince is heading in a quicksand eventually. We can only hope, Daniel. I hope that is the truth. I hope he eventually slips on a banana peel and breaks his fucking neck so he can no longer be in this company. And I mean like metaphorically, not literally. Um okay, and two other comments and then we'll close up shop here. Willie about Bowen says butchering WWE and the McMahon family is fun. Yes, I agree with that. Matt Inkpen says you tried to say it first and gave up and shortened it. I did not try to say it. I just said Lily. That's what you go by on your channel, Cat Inkpen. So let's not make this a debate, okay? This is about wrestling, not about your channel and all that. I was showing some respect and love to your channel, and now you're starting to piss me off. I'm just kidding. No, you're not pissing me off. I'm just goofing off with you. Matt 87 Eagle says, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Absolutely 100% agree with you on that. Man, I wish he didn't pass away. That absolutely sucked. I hope he was not drunk behind the wheel of a car. That would really piss me off. But anyway, guys, again, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. And one last thing, Cat Ink Pen says, you just called me Matt. I'm dead. I did not call you Matt. I called you Cat. If I said Matt, I apologize. But I swear on my life, I believe I said Cat, not Matt. But then again, you're kind of acting like Matt a little bit. So there you go. You're getting under my fucking skin. I'm just goofing off with you. Sorry, Cat. Anyway, guys, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow for AEW Dynamite review. Bye, guys.